The federal government of Nigeria has faulted a World Bank survey on the nation's power sector. According to the survey, about 62% of Nigerian consumers do not believe that the power sector is being managed efficiently. Another 66% of electricity consumers in Nigeria are willing to pay more for power if supply improves. Also, a total of 74% of power users in the country are dissatisfied with the supply of electricity. These survey results were disclosed by the World Bank via its Power Sector Recovery Program Opinion Research Fact Sheet. Arise business analyst Chika joins us to discuss these headlines. Chika, very welcome. Thank you so much.
Hi, how are you today?
Fine, thank you, sir. Let's start with Polaris Bank.
Yeah.
We talked about it when, a while back, when the takeover and all that.
Polaris Bank, is like a bridge bank. They were set up to as a resolution mechanism to resolve the crisis that was in Sky Bank then.
Yes.
Because Sky Bank was a systematically important bank that would have, hurt the whole system if it collapsed. And so CBN came in and took over the bank. And then September, I think 2018, Polaris Bank took over the assets and some liabilities of that defunct Sky Bank.
Yes.
In about 350 locations. So the bank has, full year was 2019 financial year. Result was very good 2019. And then we'll say, let's watch out and see whether that trend will continue. And that's how this 2020 result has come out that we're going to talk about now.
Fantastic.
But the other major thing that happened during the year, again, was for the good news, was that the Inception CEO is now a senator, Senator Tokunbo Abiru.
Yes.
And so he's a senator now, and then he handed over to Innocent Ike, who took over as the CEO of the bank. Innocent is somebody that I knew, very professional guy, and took over the reins of the bank. As you said already, PBT came in at 4% year-on-year positive.
Yes.
And driven principally by a low cost of funds. Do you recall that for most of the banks who analyzed, here during the year, because the low interest regime we had during the year, a lot of them had low cost of funds. So for Sky Bank, for example, their interest expense actually fell by 50%, and that had some salary impact on the net interest income. That was basically flat at negative 3%. The other thing that happened in the financial statement, the income statement, was the fact that the impairment charges also fell by about 3%. And the contributing factor in all this, even though the gross earnings fell,
yes,
was the fact that the PBT, rose by about 4% positive. On the financial positions, total assets is 1.2 trillion.
Okay, the balance sheet. Yeah, let's take a look at the balance sheet. Put the balance sheet up for our balance sheet. Yes, there we go. There's the balance sheet.
Yes. It's total assets, and that. So one of the issues there is the deposit from customers.
Yes.
You see, it grew by 7%. Import, confidence of customers, even during the difficult time, to keep their deposits to the bank. So that's important for them. And then of course the other thing is equity. Equity grew by 17%. Net loan advances also grew by 9%.
Okay.
They have some special products, especially for the SME sector, that they push out there for the customers. And then let's look at the ratios.
Ratios? All right, let's take a look at Polaris Bank ratios here. All right.
Do you recall I would say that absolute figures are important?
Yes.
But the relativity is very important too. And let's look at return on equity. Return on equity came in at 29.4.
Yes.
For the best in class in the industry is GT. GT is 26.8. So,
wow. So
Polaris actually vested GT in this respect. Return on assets, total assets is came in at 2.4. GT came in at 4.6. Now on relativity also, as Zenith ROE was 22.4. So better. Polaris is better than Zenith in ROE.
Okay.
You have to use the core capital. And then return on assets for Zenith is 3.1. The other important thing here, which I think is, I should bring up, is their cost-income ratio.
Yes.
And because the strategy of the bank, of Polaris Bank, has been, they made a lot of investment in technology. They digitize their products and their processes. Now, so I will expect that to have some certain impact on their cost of operation.
Yes.
It's not reflecting that now. The cost income ratio came from 59% to actually increase to 62%. Maybe if you bundle all the issues we have in the country, inflation, remember, at very high figures, and so this has moderated. But the thing is that as the years go on, I believe that the digitization of their processes and products they have will have some certain impact on their cost of operation and bring that down. And so for the bank going forward, I guess, is to continue the same path. They have achieved stability now. It's not a one year bank now. The result is stable.
Yes.
Balance sheet is stable. Liquidity is solid. and they will continue on the same path. And with solid management they have, I do believe that the sky is their limit. Mark my word.
Exactly.
The sky is their limit.
I caught that.
The sky is the limit.
It is indeed.
But the issue therefore is for them, as for the central bank and for NDIC, they can record this as a success in the bridge bank resolution.
I was about to ask you that.
You can imagine what will happen to the system if something else happened to the bank.
Fantastic. So going forward, we expect things to continue
in this part. Yeah, much better. Yes.
Thank you so much for that, Chika. The Polaris back earnings there. The power sector, Chika. This World Bank survey, the federal government came out saying that they are faulting some of the numbers that they're putting forward.
This government people always make me laugh. It's like when you go do an exam and you pass. And you say, I passed.
Yes.
And when you fail, you say, they failed me. So when the result is good, the World Bank pushes out something that's good for the government, they accept it and clap for it.
Yes.
And when it doesn't favor the government, they will come out and say, they don't believe in it. But you see, be that as it may, I think the report was even very fair, very extra fair to the government.
Yes.
Because I think some of the figures here are supposed to be higher. It says, 62% of Nigerian consumers do not believe the power sector has been efficiently managed.
Yes.
I think it should be higher than this. Because if it's properly managed, we'll see the results.
Right.
My former boss used to say that if the AC of your car is cooling, we won't be doing like this.
Right.
You will just feel it.
Right.
There's nothing that has dramatically changed in the sector. I have operations in Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Abuja, home and offices, and nothing. My power bill, diesel costs are still very high.
Yes.
The number of hours to get every day has not increased from whatever PHM, what they call them now, and so that's the issue. So 60% believe that it is managed properly, but you see, they should take the good part of this survey.
Yes.
Which one of them is this: that 60% of electricity consumers in Nigeria are willing to pay more for power
if supply improves.
Right. This is the kind of thing they should take out from this survey, not for fighting over other things. That people are willing to pay more if supplies increase, because you see, a lot of people cook food these days, and the food just gets wasted.
Right. You
have some beautiful soup that you put or stew you made, it doesn't last, and so your cost of feeding and everything increases. But if you're able to store your food, it will help you. Even look at agricultural value chain. You can imagine if you have power. Look at the vaccines we're using now.
Right.
The kind of vaccines we're using is because of the kind of power problems we have in our country. And so power is life for us. And so people are willing to pay more if the power situation increases. And that's what I think government should take from this. And it says, it told us 74% of power users in the country are dissatisfied with power supply. So I think it's more than this. More than this. And, government, they should just calm down. Government like this. Now it says 90% of meter power users pay their bills, of course, will pay.
Yes.
Now, this is another thing they should take from this. It says 58% do not have a meter to measure electricity use.
Right.
The discourse at the time we're enjoying this arbitrary billing.
Yes.
But you see, that's a short-term solution. They should look at the long-term, which is making sure that everybody has a meter. And in the long term, that guarantees your cash flow. It makes things more certain. You can plan with that. And so they should work with the government to make sure that every home has a meter. Everybody who's consuming electricity, whether it's commercial or residential, has a meter. And the other said 53% do not receive adequate customer service from discos. I've not seen any. I haven't gotten anyone from them. And 82% are unaware of the tariff ban.
Yes, that is a high number. The tariff bans.
Yeah.
Yes, 82%. Yes.
Nobody knows. I mean, what band are you? Do you know your band? You don't know your band.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Right.
You see, I need to put this out there. The power is every sector of economy that you look at, whether it's security, whether it's education, whether it's health, whether it's manufacturing, industry, anywhere you look at, power is the central issue there.
Yes.
Is the major denominator that's affecting the performance of every sector. And I should believe that the government should take this very seriously. I would have thought that every month the minister in charge will give us a briefing, an update on the progress in the power sector. What's happening? Remember the Siemens power deal that we clapped for?
Yes.
Have you heard anything from me since then?
Exactly.
We don't know what's happened. The government power program, we don't hear anything that's happening. So let them not protest about this. They're just calling about irrelevant things. The issue is to focus on very important. If we have power We don't need World Bank
Exactly.
survey to tell us that we have power.
Exactly.
We will tell the government that we have power.
Exactly.
And that's how it is.
Thank you so much for that, Chika. Plus, the World Bank is even giving money towards Nigeria to help, so they have no incentive to want to badmouth the federal government.
Dog. Dog. I have to look at dog.
Yes,
dog,
please,
dog.
your thoughts on the insecurity situation. What do you make of what the Katsina...
Very unusual times in our country.
Yes.
Require very unusual solutions.
Yes.
Home-bred solutions, And, we can't carry guns now. So, we can't carry sticks. So, you look for the next best thing, which is like, you see the dogs. Yeah, so the initiative is commendable. But, they have to do it properly. That's my recommendation to them. I think that the police had a canine unit.
Yes, in Ikoyi, yes.
And the police should get involved in the training of these dogs, so that they're not just mechanistic. There's a feel for purpose, and are trained on what to look out for. Even they'll be able to detect things before they happen. Dogs, when they're properly trained, are excellent. They're excellent. So I commend the Katsina State government and other segments that will adopt this, but let them get police involved in the process. And then also the breed of dogs. Yes. There are particular breeds of dogs that are very, they can do this kind of thing. So they should get a professional advice in this, not just, Nigerians now, before you see somebody now bring a trailer load, a container load of dogs, and all the states are buying dogs now, and we don't know whether the dogs are the right dogs.
Right.
So let's make sure that the police is involved and get the right breed of dogs that can provide the security. Anything to just make sure that our children are safe in schools is worth doing.
Chika, less than a minute to go. There's in the Netherlands, there's a special forces unit, and maybe I'm going too far here, but I think we have it up, where they're using this jet propulsion packs to try and counter, they're testing this technology. Is that too, there it is right there, for maritime security. Is that too far ahead for us? Is this too far?
We don't have power we just this power now.
You just talked about power.
You just be hanging on the rope in the tree.
Arise business analyst Chika, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking us to those headlines.